Perfect timing. Just as I turn off the camera so that I could readjust my blurry face, we went live. Here I am. I am Garblag Games. Not on my own, of course. We are Garblag Games, like the Borg, only sexier.
Yes.
Well,
Resistance is futile.
Yeah, that too. So I'm eating my dinner because I've only just come in from work. So this is going to be a chaos crapshoot of epic proportions. I don't even know where I put my notes. So prepare for the most epic, exciting, dynamic role-playing game in the history of all of our production skills. And thank you so much for turning up, even if it is just to roll your eyes at me and go, what the hell? I will now hand over to my glorious players who will tell you who they are, who they're playing, and what the hell's going on.
hey, everybody, I'm Aaron, and I am Johnny Geist, AR gamer and social media extraordinaire. And you are members of the Ghost Train, and we are killing zombies and looking for Amowat, the killer of our dear friend 14. Check out the tags for his brother's store, who might be somewhere in the Sutaki gang compound. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends to be sure that you're in on the kill. And don't forget to like my NPCs, Bernardovich and Dr. Zimian always.
Hello. I can't do meta that deep.
Wow.
We just leave it there.
NPCs.
Yeah, that's fine. Nice player characters. Yeah. Probably not. Hello, I'm Aldoon, and I will be going in and out of accents for most of the evening, and also focus. I will be playing Bernardovich, the bear with the sword, new mimetic champion of Where's My Sandwich and pineapple shirts everywhere. If you don't understand those references, you're gonna have to watch back. That is your penalty for not paying attention. I will now hand over to Dr. Zimian and his hot mum.
Good evening. This evening I'm playing Rob, and yes, I'm right here sitting in a flat in London.
I would argue that Dr. Zimian's mum is actually room temperature.
Absolutely, yeah.
Smoking hot.
Dr.
We're in a
Zimian's mum
crematorium, right?
is a zombie. For reference, just in case you think that we're being horrible about Rob and his character. No. His character is a disgusting, grotesque necromancer who walks around with the corpse of his dead mum.
Hey, no corpse shaming here.
Whilst the ghost of his mum haunts him for raising the zombie, it's all a bit too complicated, really.
But you know what they say, set a thief to catch a thief. Bring a gross, perverse necromancer to catch a gross, perverse necromancer.
That's what they always say.
It's a well-known phrase, Darren Arroway.
That's why we dug an enormous moat around you.
Moat is a bit of a harsh term for
The Solent.
the Solent, and by extension, the Atlantic Ocean.
It was a lot of work, but it was worth it.
Yes. Yes, I am indeed an exile on the Isle of Wight. Currently trapped in the 1970s.
We've progressed. Well done.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've got indoor plumbing and
An escalator.
just the one, but yeah.
Yeah.
3-day week.
I don't know how that works, but yeah, okay.
Let's go with it.
All right, so we are playing Otherscape. Otherscape is a good game. It's a very good game. It's a game we like a lot. And in Otherscape, we are, there it is. There's my notes. Found them. We're in a city. Our city is kind of like Casablanca, kind of like, it's somewhere in near northeastern Eurasia. Certainly in the same sort of astronomical unit as that. We know that's where out of some. Life is cheap. Death, gambling, and mythic crimes abound. We've been on the trail of the killer of an AR gamer by the name of 14, who shouldn't have died in the arena, but he did, which makes the arena look bad. And since the arena doesn't want to look bad, they have dispatched ace cyber gamer Johnny Geist to investigate and to protect Johnny Geist against being horribly murdered. They've sent a bear with a sword, and in order to find out more from the dead folk they may encounter along the way, Dr. Zimian is along for the ride. He's also a doctor of the medical variety, we think. He's certainly some kind of doctor who knows something about bodies. We don't want to probe too closely because he tells us and then we all get upset. Previously on
Otherscape.
Otherscape?
Yeah, I know on this game, but I was like trying to lead into one of you doing something so I could have a bite of some chicken.
No problem. Have a bite of chicken. So we started last episode. We were looking for a way to get into the Undercity, and we found a walk-in freezer of a bodega near Blandsville. Past the Papo's protein drink counter, we encountered Tree, a street urchin that was going to lead us into the necropolis. When we got down in there through the shrine, which was a large stone dragon at the entrance. And according to the urchin Tree, old King Jan is inside the shrine. We approached the shrine and there was a guard, a large Asian man dressed in brown robes with 8 bracelets on his wrist. We found out that Jan is actually short for the Yama King from Chinese mythology. And Dr. Zimian pulled us through the shrine where he encountered 2 attendants, one with an ox mask and one with a horse mask. At that point, Bernardovich took over the trial and entered into ritual combat with the ox-faced individual. And although he was poked by that individual, he did successfully complete the trial, which led us further into the shrine where Dr. Zimian took over for the trial of death. He quickly got us past that. And then we got into the necropolis proper, where we found out that the Yama King is not just a figure from Chinese mythology, but is actually a gang in the necropolis called the Yama Kings. Dr. Zimian then asked Mama Always as a zombie to home in on the Yama Kings because of their connection with necromantic energies. While she was doing that, we were attacked by 4 Yama Kings on motorcycles who were actually out hunting zombies at the time. We defeated the Yama Kings, and
really quickly.
Johnny Geist hacked into the Yama King to find out that they were actually collaborating with the Sutaki, and that they were acting as guards for the Sutaki as sort of a trade-off for the Sutaki not completely destroying them. We also found that the Sutaki controlled the southern part of the necropolis and that they used military-grade technology and magic for protection, and we were outside of their compound figuring a way in when we left off. Did you get enough time to eat some chicken?
Good job. Thank you.
Sorry, did all of that stuff actually happen?
Yeah.
It all did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember some of that.
If you watch the trailer, there's also hot kimono girls, and
That was a previous episode.
yeah, but they're in the trailer because you've got to put like.
We have a trailer?
No, of course we haven't got a trailer. But if it was a
Okay.
film and we had a trailer, they'd be in it.
I wouldn't put it past us. We've done weird stuff before.
It's true. That would be Lewis or Millie. To be fair, they're the trailer pros.
Yeah.
Still remember the cool things Millie did for that Spectaculars intro that we had from the COVID era.
That was a thing of great beauty.
That was.
Millie, if you're watching, we love you. If you're not watching,
Indeed.
why not?
We still love you.
Yeah.
Amen.
So we have entered the necropolis. Below the Undercity, a huge network of roadways and graveyards, freezers, crematoria. A city this big has a lot of dead folk, and a lot of dead folk need processing. They all end up down here, along with many of the dispossessed, the cast out, the unwanted, the people who couldn't even make it in the Undercity, make their way into the necropolis. Those people are often referred to as the dead, even though they're alive. And this led to some confusion when it was discovered that another of our gangs, the Aussies, had been sneaking the dead out of the necropolis and up into the above world, including other districts of the town. This may be connected to why the Suteki are desperately trying to get a corner on those people, because from what we understand, they're trying to get every single artifact, source, and death god under their control so that they can rule the underworld.
Because who doesn't want that, right?
Well, exactly.
I wouldn't mind.
We know that there is an assassin for the Suteki called Amawat, who has previously fought Bernardovich.
Well,
And
you say
Bernardovich,
assassin. This is probably bigging up slightly too much. Irksome individual.
careful what you wish for.
I wish them to be irksome.
Okay.
Come on now, Bernardovich. Let's, between you and me, off feed, let's build him up a little bit. Then when we face Amawat, we're going to get some huge viewership numbers. He's your arch nemesis, right?
No.
Damn. We'll work on that.
Shortage of sandwiches is his arch nemesis.
My arch nemesis is realizing all of my dreams and having no one left to conquer.
Gosh, that's
We can work that onto a t-shirt. I am telling you, it will sell.
That is some serious Conan shit right there.
yeah.
Lamentation of their people.
I mean, let's face it, we've got friends in a couple of fashion gangs right now. I am sure we can make this cook.
Okay.
Bernardovich's Conan chic. A whole line
With pineapples.
with pineapples. So we had found our way to the very edge of Suteki territory, a compound on their southern border where they are guarding their border, where they're looking out, where they're dispatching some of their gang members from, and where there is a lot going on. We've so far managed to establish that this place is locked up pretty tight, but we have decent disguises because we robbed the Yama Kings of not only their bikes, but also their hats. And we have an AR expert who can make it look like we've got the Yama King's AR screens on. So how are we going to go about breaking into the Suteki compound?
I just look at Bernardovich.
Okay, we go loud. Or do we just be brazen? We ride in on the bikes. We go, hello, yes, we are also whatever you are. Please take us to your nexus of power.
I like where your head's at, Bernardovich, but let's try to oomph it up a little bit. Dr. Zimian.
Oh, yes.
Why don't you try to raise a horde of zombies and have them attack the front gate? And we'll be right in front of the horde of zombies, riding flat out in wheelie position, screaming with our AR to be let into the compound before the zombies descend. And once the zombies break on the wall, we just sort of sneak a little deeper into the compound.
I have to say, Bernardovich's idea is way fucking cooler.
Yeah, I mean, yes, okay, fine. No, I had not thought horde of zombies. I mean, obviously, we are in City of Dead. Is natural thing to do.
1 second. Mother, would you object? You wouldn't be jealous, would you, Mother? Oh, no, fine. Mother could do with the company.
Oh, well, that's nice. It's good to look after your relations. Maybe there are
Yes.
more of them here. Maybe you could have like a reunion.
Yes, that would be fabulous. Yeah, okay, let me create a horde of things.
All right. How are you going to do that?
Right,
I'm intrigued.
Can I ask, is there an option to assist in Otherscape?
Yep.
Yes, there is.
Because I'm thinking I call upon honored warrior spirits
Ooh.
in my
Oh,
mythos.
yeah.
So
I
you would
forgot I
get.
have a.
So
Go
Dr.
on.
Zimian would get a +1 for you using your tag, but if he takes consequences, you would also take the
Oh, yeah.
consequences.
Naturally. And we know that Rob is master of consequences. So let's spread the love around.
Spread it.
Right. I'm assume. Is there? So we're in a necropolis, right?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The clues in the beginning of that word. Is there a lot of sort of necrotized people or formerly alive people?
The unalive is what
The
we call them.
unalive. Sorry.
Yes, indeed. This is a place with many, many grave sites, graveyards, also crematoria. So, I mean, you're going to
What?
struggle to raise zombies in a crematorium, but
Yeah. Yeah. So probably avoiding that.
the necrotic
Um,
energies are still present.
Yes, the fanatic energy. Yeah, then I would like to use corpse animation and can I use found family?
It's the friends we made along the way.
You know, I'm going to allow that just for the ballsiness of asking. It's other people's family and you're raising them from the dead, but sure, you found them.
You found a family.
Yep.
Not
Thank you.
yours.
All right.
So is this a create that we're doing here? We're trying to create a horde of zombies, or is this more about no, I suppose it is create, really. There
Yeah,
isn't really anything else
does
that
sound
fits.
like it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we're doing a create action,
Mhm.
and you've got found family. What was the other one?
Corpse animation.
Corpse animation, +1 from
Call upon
Bernardovich's call
honored
upon.
warriors.
Yep.
And Johnny, you better be filming this. It's going to be fucking mental.
Oh, don't worry there, Dr. Zimian.
there
Everybody in
any
the ghost
tags
train
that-
is checking this out.
Are there any tags that Johnny wants to throw in? Because do the zombies all have to be real?
Oh, bravo,
Oh,
GM.
oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I could go with speak with machines to have the AR emitters in the area pad the horde, just like CGI.
It's back
Yeah.
in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Did you know that some of the riders of Rohirrim? Yes, we know.
Horsey people.
And all my friends on the ghost train, while Dr. Zimian gets this going on, don't forget my sponsor, Muerte, the maker of corpse starch. When you don't have quite enough food, supplement, supplement, supplement.
Where do you make these up?
Sandwood is also available.
I don't want a D20. I
Six.
You
want...
want 2d6.
Yeah, I know. I'm just my dice roll is just being stupid.
Don't you have real dice these days?
Not in this flat.
I see.
Okay, I'm just rolling a D20 and ignoring it, and 2d6. And
my
I rolled
reality is breaking.
I rolled an. It's a dice roller. I
Wow.
rolled 9, 4 and a 5.
Plus your 3.
+4.
4. Plus 4.
4. I rolled 13.
So that's a hard success.
Yeah.
13 is a spectacularly good success.
That explains the breaking of reality.
Right.
Explains the reality quake. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my camera. What's going on, camera? There we go. Have a plain black background. That might help you settle. Okay, so you got 4 power in there. Success without consequences. You got 4 power to spend on fun stuff.
Tell you what, I've never sort of succeeded in this amount before. I don't really
Don't know what to
understand.
do.
What's
So what we're doing is
happening,
we're adding some tags to create the horde. So
How about like a tag like
well, remember we're doing this to
Kings in
create,
disarray or something.
we're doing this to create a tactical advantage.
Mhm.
So
So maybe them seeing it seeing the horde causes their security to go down or security in disarray to give us some positive tags when we go in.
Yeah. So tech malfunction, you could have their tech go down for 4 points worth of tag. You could
do we
give
want
yourself
them? Sorry, do we want them to leave their compound?
No, we want them to open the door so you can get in.
Oh, right.
And then
Because-
and be so distracted by the zombie
Yeah.
horde that they pretty much ignore us after we get in.
Well, could the zombie horde not break down the door?
That would be distracting.
That would be distracting.
Mm.
And some of the zombies are even real, so they might be able to.
Mm.
So maybe we create 2 tags. One, we're invisible to them. You know, we're unnoticed. And the second one is security's distracted.
That works.
That's a good idea.
Would you like us to say more things while that?
No. I'm looking at my status suggestions thing and seeing if there's anything that leaks out. Yeah, distracted works. It's a tactical vulnerability. We'll upgrade it to highly distracted. And then tech trouble, so that they can't identify their friend or foe stuff struggles a lot more.
Mhm.
Yeah? Is that good for you?
I like it. Perfect.
Alrighty. That's where we'll go then. So you conjure a zombie horde. And they go shambling towards the door. Some of the zombies are real, some of the zombies are AR, which means that the people who are playing the AR zombie game, which is currently very popular in town, are shooting at both. Some of them are bursting, some of them aren't. You've got the security guards distracted by zombies at the gate. Zombies are hammering on the gate. The AR zombies are also then causing some glitches in the tech, because the tech's trying to spot them and zero in on them, but they're not really there. So how can it find them? And you are able to then sneak past while that's happening out front. So out front, we've got this whole zombie attack, infestation, door smash, World War Z, piles of zombies piling up moment.
But
And while that's happening, you dressed as Yama Kings are sneaking in through the broken gate, ramping it over some zombies. I suppose sneaking is what you wanted more than...
Oh, Bernardovich is going to have to control himself so he does not do the ramping. But they're so beautifully piled. Oh, it just...
sneaking then ramping.
I do not have sneaking in my character.
You've got a stealth thing on your head.
Yes, but I'm not using it.
That's true, because you'd have to put the top hat on top of the motorcycle helmet that you're wearing on top of your
Top
bare
of
head.
the bare exoskeleton. Yes.
Yeah. Too many hats at that point. All right. So the Yama Kings then are not expecting, not the Yama Kings, the Suteki are not expecting the Yama Kings who are coming in to just sort of ride on by. They're busy looking at other stuff, so they're going to wave you past. You have managed to get in.
Zombies. Quick, to the gate.
So you wheel on into the compound. The compound is set out like a post-apocalyptic survivalist village in a world where zombie apocalypses might well be possible.
But
So
doing
you've
what
got,
now?
yeah, lots of storage containers, stretched tarpaulins. Interspersed among them, occasionally you will see some of those hard shell cases that you get expensive military grade weapons in. They're usually around a number of armed guards. The Suteki themselves have opted for a much less flamboyant, but nonetheless still quite striking look. Black with a hint of gold. All of them have a big, thick eye makeup over one eye. There are a couple of other gangers in here, so a few other Yama Kings, one or two that you don't necessarily recognize straight away, and also a couple of the dead, the people who live here, who are chained up in cages, doing menial labor, being pushed around by the people in the camp. Where would you like to go, and what would you like to do now that you're inside?
Well, we've got to find evidence that the Sutaki were involved, with actually ordering the hit of 14 inside the arena, and possibly take out Amawat. And then I guess our tertiary mission might be to just break up the Sutaki and free all of these people.
So it sounds honorable. I don't know what to do.
Well, then
All of the
everybody in
dead
the
would
ghost
indeed
train.
be pleased with that.
We're going to sneak through this compound. We're going to find where their command and control center is. We're going to dive in deep and download all the dirt on these nasty bastards and see if we can't take the Sutaki down once and for all. And of course, let my best NPC pal Bernardovich get another chance at Amawat. Stay tuned.
Oh, I cannot wait to face off against my arch nemesis again.
Getting much better.
You heard it first here.
I live for these moments. I
All
feel
right.
alive.
I think we scan the data cloud in the immediate vicinity and try to find the feed coming out of the command and control so we can get in there and do some hacking and or cause mayhem.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. I'm guessing we are discovering then.
Yeah. So I think Johnny would say, hey, Bernardovich, Doc, just keep an eye over me for a second. I'm going to go a little deeper into this feed and see if I can't figure out where we need to head in this compound.
Okay,
So I think he would go with
poses.
So he'll go with speak with machines, programming override, cyberspace cowboy, hacking savant, and a hacking assist from his AI controlled nanites. Is there any signal jamming going on in here?
Absolutely. However, the signal jamming has been overridden by the system in disarray from Dr. Zimian.
Okay, fantastic.
So all you need to worry about is squatting tech spirits. So there is 3 dots. No, it would have been 3 dots. There's 2 dots. Squatting tech spirits.
Okay. So that takes me down to a +3 on the roll. Oh, not a great roll. 6 on the die, and 9 in total.
Okay. So on a 9, you get in. You can discover the central hub for this particular base. Looks like it once was a school bus. It is now stood up on its end and has been painted black. However,
sorry, go
ahead. However, atop the bus, some of these squatting tech gremlins, have clearly identified that there is a hack coming in and are sending up an alarm.
Can I react to that and try to mitigate it?
Yes, yeah.
So I think for that, I would use lull them to shut down. And that's under my speak with machines. So they're basically trying to knock them out. Always in cyberspace. And my AI nanite controlled tattoo protective of me. And my new phase kicker console, which gives me cybersecurity protection.
Okay. And that'll be going against their alarm system too.
Okay. So that'll give me a plus, once again, a +3 on the roll. Much better. I got a 10 on the die for a total of 13.
Boom. Pew. The gremlins stop blaring or are about to start blaring and get the override command through from you and return to sort of squat in an overwatch position, looking around. Looks like they are no longer concerned about your existence or the existence of your signal. So this perpendicular school bus building is their tech hub.
Hey, old friends out there on the ghost train, and more importantly, my dear friends right here, Dr. Zimian and Bernardovich, managed to take out the tech gremlins and hack our way in. All we need to do is get to that school bus, and I am sure we'll be able to take care of business once we get there. And I'm doubly sure if we get 500 credits from my loyal viewers that we'll do it with some style.
Yeah, I almost want you to roll to get the boost.
I'll give it a shot.
Let's have it.
So I guess that would be AR Gamer, Cyberspace Cowboy. Yeah, I think just those two probably.
Okay. This
So
is
plus
enhance,
two.
I think.
10 on the die for a 12.
Okay. Strong hit, no consequences, 2 power. How do you feel about a support tag of some kind? I'm thinking viewer support.
I like it.
Yeah, viewer support. I think now
All right.
that could either be parlayed into a tactical advantage, look out behind you, or turned into a processing boost if you need extra power, like, hey, guys, give me a little bit of extra processing power to help me crack through this ice.
I like it.
Crowdsourcing.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go. Crowdsourcing, even better.
Okay, so I get to hit something now?
Yeah, it is not completely unguarded. There are 2 black, shiny clad individuals with military grade machine guns stood outside the bus. They're not hackable because they're made of meat.
Nah, you said not hackable.
Well, they're not hackable by Johnny.
Okay, I'm going to attempt guile and subterfuge. I will need to borrow your mother.
Mother? Yeah, he is lovely, I think, too. Yes. Yes, he's yes.
Big, lovable, furry bear of man. What is
Yes.
not to? Yes. Okay, keep your dead fingers to yourself.
Sorry, I should have asked. What are you going to do with my mother?
Wait and see. Will be surprise for everyone, including
Oh
me.
yes, like and subscribe, I understand.
Yes, yes. Cannot give away. You know, Johnny's viewers like to be delighted.
They do.
Okay, come with me, dead mother.
Yes, she does that.
And
Couple of little bear meme tags popping up on your feed there.
helmet down.
Bear heart zombie.
Sword kind of casually resting on the neck of the zombie mother and just kind of move her forwards to the bus. Hello,
And
fellow
what?
warriors.
What are you doing?
I have captured this leader of the zombie horde that is attacking the gates.
Not in here.
Why
No
not in here?
undead. No undead in the broadcast center.
I was
You
told
need
to
to take
bring
her over
them,
to the cages.
not the Black Tower. I was told to bring the dead queen to the Black Tower.
No, wrong Black Tower.
Oh, sorry, I have wrong side quest. It's very embarrassing. Please, could you just look over there? Bang.
Okay, do you want to try and distract them to set yourself up with an advantage?
Yeah, why
Or
not?
do you just want to go wailing in?
No,
There's an attempt at guile.
Okay,
Um,
let's have an attempt. I like an attempt at guile. It sounds like an influence to me.
does it? Very little that will help with this.
Rob, are you contributing a tag from Mother?
yeah, absolutely.
That's-
To subterfuge.
Yeah.
Well, I'm worried that it would become a tragic loss. So I could use that. Or
Even the master tag for Zombie Mum, whatever that's called.
yeah, I didn't write them down. Yeah, it's called
Corpse animation.
yeah, it's just the top one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and I will call upon Warrior's Instinct. Because I'm attempting to distract a warrior, large and in charge, to control their perspective. And I don't know, can I push it to impressive physique? Because I'm just distracting as a big bear.
Yeah, I'll
One,
take it.
2, 3. So that's 4
That's
with
4.
Dr.
You're
Zimian.
going up against their tags of
Not taking any of this shit.
No. High alert. Just a one
Okay.
tag.
One tag a high
Yeah,
alert.
one dot tag alert, not even high
Okay.
alert.
So that's down to +3 then. Dice gods be kind. Surrounded by dead people. That's an 11, including the +3.
Including +3. That's
Including
still a
+3.
strong hit. Which means that you can absolutely give them a compelling status and a good distraction one. Dee 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 dee. Blurry vision is a bit much. Beguiled, confused. Confused is good. Surprised. Surprised is even better.
Oh, that would definitely take surprised, I think.
Very well. Surprised it is.
I was hoping for helmet on the wrong way round, but I don't think I'm going to get that.
Not for 3 points. Up at 5, 4, maybe.
Turned around so fast, the helmet stays there.
Yeah.
I've got blind!
Shoots like a stormtrooper would be a 5-point one.
Oh, that would have been good. Right.
Sorry, just before, could I whistle for Mother to return before, like, champion the Wonder Horse, like all before the nastiness happens?
Yes, because she's provided the distraction. They've looked over there,
Yep.
and Bernardovich is about to unleash on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you have a +2 from your existing surprise tag on them.
Oh dear. Oh, we do amuse ourselves. Right. And then I will call upon, gosh, so many things. Hero Sword, obviously. Wreathed in Elastic Potential. So that's 2. Warrior's Instinct, 3. Battlefield
We do
Heroics.
like the elastic potential.
Oh, yeah. Battlefield Heroics, that's 4. And I'm going to go with some Brute Strength for 5. So that's lots. So
That's
even
like +7. I don't even think you
that's
can go
like
that high.
+7. All right. Well, let's see what I roll, and then you can tell me if I can go that high. Double 1, Snake Eyes. Well, it's a 9 on the dice, so if you want to cap me, feel free.
I think 14 is probably more than sufficient. Since 10 is about as high as it goes.
What Bernardovich would like to do, which is very reminiscent to what he did to the bikers, is to smack one of them and use that elastic potential energy that wreathes his heroic sword to then spang that one into the other one.
That is fair.
So there's this beautiful kind of Wile E. Coyote moment of it impacts, flat the blade, impacts, and then there's this weight as physics catches up, but there's
pinned down, overrun, bewildered.
Definitely bewildered.
All of those, I think.
One of those, or multiple fractures.
Ungainly pile.
Ungainly pile? Yeah, ungainly pile is good. That implies tangles of limbs and a certain amount of discomfort.
The intention is to take out both with one hit.
Taking out both of them. Yeah, well, one of those is to apply the 4 to both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got 7 power, so.
Yeah, you're definitely They're incapacitated. Wham!
Yep.
Slammed into the side of a container. Both of them knocked out. Bus is wide open.
Okay, now I can take Zombie Queen to Black Tower. Come on.
You saw it here first, Ghost Train. Never screw with a bear with a sword
On a side quest.
on a side quest.
I haven't
To
got
the
this
Black
quest. Could you share it with me?
Yes, absolutely. He takes a little stubby pencil and writes on a bit of card. Just hands it to Simeon.
Thank you. I need the XP.
Okay. Right, onwards.
So a door has been fitted in the roof of the cab of the school bus, just over where the driver would sit. Otherwise, the bus itself is stood on its end with the front poked down into the ground.
Is it a technical door or a digital door? Does it need a bear or a Johnny?
I see. Johnny.
Okay.
This is a Johnny door. But in fairness, it's more of a press button, go inside.
No,
Kind of
sounds
door.
like I could do that.
Okay, I think Dr. Simeon, it's time for you to play.
Right. Okay.
Get 25 XP for opening doors, remember?
What should I roll for this?
You don't have to roll for this.
Ah,
I do wonder sometimes whether we call for too many rolls, and it's just like, let's just frame the whole scene on a couple of rolls.
Fun!
It's fun. We like rolling.
What can I cobble together out of my many
Yeah.
stats?
But yes, Dr. Simeon, you are able to hack your way through this open door.
No, first he must push button.
True.
I did it. I even mimed it. I even performed it.
Yes, there's some live action roleplay here going on.
Locked the shit out of that button pressing.
Which is amusing coming from Necromancer, yes?
Oh yes, very good. Yeah, meta
Yes,
upon meta.
yes.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Yes. Mm.
Sorry,
A wave of warmth kind of floods out of the door. The digital imprint inside this school bus is quite overpowering. There's a lot of signal in there. The warmth is probably from quite warm servers that seem to make up the bulk of the interior of the bus. There is a ladder running along the floor between where the seats would have been. Each of those seats is now replaced with a rack of servers that goes all the way up to the top of the bus. In some kind of AR yoke up at the top, there is a Suteki hacker managing the data flow, full face covering, supportive yoke to hold them in place. They are suspended and flailing around with hands and feet, managing data. They're deep in cyberspace.
You want to handle this one, Johnny? Or
Yes, I do.
okay.
All right, everybody. What we're going to do now is we're going to hack a hacker. That's right. So don't forget to like and subscribe because you don't see this on anybody else's feed. So Johnny's going to hack his neural port and just go in there and try to dominate his neural processes and dive into the data stream through this hacker.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm going to go with speak with machines, programming override, lull them to shut down because I'm shutting down his own ability to control his interface. Cyberspace cowboy, hacking savant, and always in cyberspace. So 6 plus my new phase console for 7 minus whatever negatives I've got.
So this guy has cyberspace super speed, so he is retaliating double quick time. That's a 3-dot status that you're going against. And he is also always in cyberspace, so that cancels your always in cyberspace. So you put 7 in and taken 4 out, so you still got 3.
You also don't forget, there is the ghost train who has your back.
That's right. I will take the ghost train to help me with this hack for +4. I should take pictures of this. I got an 11 on the die for a 15 in total.
Oh dear.
I have to
That poor
invest in a
man.
dice cam. Yes. Oh dear.
I need one. It's these two beautiful blue dice, and they are just badass.
Yeah. I'm
At least so
continuing
far
to
today.
roll with my Kraken dice, the only dice that roll without someone dying.
These are still my luckiest dice for gaming with. These are the ones that have got me through Coriolis so far. They love sixes.
Nice. So with 4 power, can I use all 4 of those power on a status against the hacker to basically turn him into a mind meat puppet? Shut down. So basically, I'm just trying to shut his mind down temporarily.
You can crash
knock him
him
out
for
essentially.
3.
Yeah, crash him.
Yeah, he's got a 3. He's only got like a crash 3 limit. So yes, you can crash him.
Crash the hacker.
Nap time.
Yeah, crash 3.
And then Johnny will dive into the feed to try to find the evidence they need to prove that the Sutaki sent Amawat to kill 14.
Okay. Do you wish to yoke your buddies for this?
Hey, Bernardovich,
Hello.
Dr. Zimian, how do you all feel about a little harnessing expedition? You want to dive deep into cyberspace with me, or do you want to stay out here and take control of the meat space, which is, as I got to say, boring as hell?
Well, the harness kind of chafes. Bernardovich is looking uncomfortable for the first time in this particular encounter. Don't really like it. If you think we would be of use, then of course you have my sword. But also someone should hold this door.
I'm sure I won't be of use, but I'd like to go anyway.
This is the
All
thing,
right,
though.
then.
One of the issues that a lot of cyberpunk games have is that when the hacker goes into cyberspace, everybody else gets to stand and watch. So what they've done in Otherscape is they've come up with this harnessing idea in which the hacker can harness their allies, pull them into cyberspace with them, where they can use their own abilities to interact with cyberspace in a comfortable way for them. So it's almost like being in a game.
Yeah.
A meta game.
Why don't we seal the door? I will harness both of you up. And I mean, it may feel like we're in there for an hour or so, but it'll only be about a minute of real time.
Okay, as long as security is assured, then I'm in.
Mother, hold the door.
So seal the door, have Mother hold it. Then he takes out neural cables and links up Dr. Zimian and Bernardovich through the new phase kicker console, and is preparing to dive into cyberspace.
Wait, I have to pick my skin. Don't go too fast.
We've also got to have the right synthwave music.
Oh yeah.
Is there any
pixelating. Any synthwave is the right synthwave for hacking.
Buffering.
Alrighty.
Um,
Tron moment.
AOL.
And we're in. In cyberspace, the pyramid here, the bus here is a pyramid. A great black pyramid of black glass crackling with golden circuitry. The hacker, the unconscious hacker in cyberspace, you can see that their avatar is a many-limbed spider person who's been manipulating the data flow. Currently, that spider person is crashed and slumped over, glitching slightly.
He's like upside down and just twitching.
The rest of the base appears to be a small temple complex around this pyramid with white sand stretching off into the distance. Occasionally, a bolt of lightning will shoot up into the sky, flow through the sky from the pyramid, off into the distance, you see similar cracks happening off in the distance, presumably to other outposts.
Okay, what's the plan, Johnny?
We dive deep into this node. Now, listen, all of your skills, all of your abilities that you can use in the meat space, you can use here because they've been programmed through your avatar. So just be you, and even a more badass version of you here in cyberspace.
No, it's not possible.
Even my herb garden.
Yes, a
Wow.
badass version of your herb garden.
Right, that's fabulous. Badass herbs.
Yes,
Let's
one with
go.
an actual gin plant.
So your own avatars are probably slightly different here. You've still got all of your aspects and all of that stuff. So Dr. Simeon, you're wearing the short robe and sandals of a healer priest. Your herb garden in this instance takes the form of a medicine bag that you've got over your shoulder.
Oh, lovely.
Bernardovich
It's a lot of neon.
is also very bare.
Yeah,
The whole Egyptian mythos with the animal heads, the bear head is probably one of the most prominent things on you right now,
apart from the sword.
apart from the sword.
Has the sword become a khopesh just for fun?
Yeah, of course it has.
Yeah, we're
Mad
Egyptians.
not to.
If we're Egyptian skinning, it seems appropriate.
Yeah. Johnny's a slightly different case because Johnny can pick his own skin. The default skin for here would be a sort of Prince of Persia vibe for you. But if you're like, no, I'm Johnny Geist.
Exactly. You see him shove that AR filter over, and then he's back to himself. But here in cyberspace, his jacket is now like glowing neon, and all of his sponsors are like this 3D logos coming off of his jacket.
What if Automan was powered by capitalism?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now in my head canon, it's Johnny Geist, except it's the head of Johnny Geist at God scale on the body of a human.
Like a bobblehead.
Yeah, just sort of fitting with the mythos, but
Poke him occasionally.
but it's Johnny.
And he cups something in his hand, and he blows on it, and you see a small group of scarabs jump out of his hand and start wheeling off into the area. So he's starting a trace program to try to find where the memory kernels are in this system.
We go into the Black Pyramid. It gets bigger as you get closer, and it is a matter of scale here. It's not that it gets bigger because you're getting nearer to it. It is literally getting bigger the closer you get to it. The inside of it, the tunnels are all pyramidal tunnels. They're triangular tunnels, same black glass, same yellow electricity crackling through them. Lots of rooms within. There are guardians inside. Your scarabs will be able to report this back to you. The protections in the node here take the form of monstrous animal-headed creatures.
Oh, excellent.
I thought you'd like that.
All right, my friends, we've got some serious ice in here before we can actually get to the information we need. So be on guard. If it isn't me and it isn't you, it's a bad guy.
Okay. Are you able to chart the most amusing route to where we need to be?
Well, that depends on how you define amusing. If you mean amusing by the most combat riddled, exciting extravaganza in cyberspace, I absolutely can do that for my viewers on the Ghost Train. Remember, if you upgrade now to full Century Suite, you'll get to feel this combat.
You make that sound like a good thing.
He covers his feet. He's like, well, for some of these people, it is. They are nuts.
Gotta love them haptics.
Okay, well, Squishy's behind me and point me at the Guardians.
Follow that neon glowing scarab right there to the right. It'll take you right to the fun.
And yes, Bernardovich will drop down into bear stance and sword trailing behind, and run after the scarab.
You run straight into some intrusion countermeasures. The intrusion countermeasures here take the form of beings with the serpentine snake-like lower half, the head of a crocodile, and the claws of a lion, coiling round on their back legs, rearing up, ready to attack. Two
Ah!
intrusion
Hello!
countermeasure AIs in the form of weird lion crocodile snakes.
Sort of Naga Offler Manticore thing.
Yeah.
Well, my gold medal in wushu will come in handy here. Ha ha! You weren't expecting that, were
With a
you?
Kopesh? Are you swording them or are you kung fuing them? Pick one.
Yes. No, both. Wushu.
Oh,
Mixed martial
yeah,
arts.
fair.
Thank you very much.
Wushu. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Gold medal?
Yeah. Obviously.
I
So,
love that you
yes.
have all these gold medals.
It's in my
We've
character.
never established what level these golds are at.
Gold.
This
They're
is
gold.
my gold medal from the under sevens wushu championships.
Very hard to get, okay? Let me just make a note. Got to keep track of all these. So yes, since Bernardovich was running, he will drop to his knees and do an elegant kind of spin pirouette. At least this is the idea. I should roll first and then narrate, because I know what happens if I do it the other way around. Was expecting to take them off at the knees, but they haven't got any.
They haven't got knees.
No.
They haven't
so,
got any. Hey!
Hey! Da, 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 da. So, heroes, sword, large and in charge, running very fast, battlefield heroics, 1, 2, 3, 4, and brute. Oh, and gold medal winner. So that's 5.
Okay, you're going up against 3. Got a
Yep.
guard dog, but it's good at dodging.
Okay.
It's not a dog either.
So that's down to +2. Rolling bones. See what happens. That's a 9 on the dice. So that's an
That's-
11.
That's an 11. So that means you can inflict. Do you still inflict the number of power you put in as a status, or is it the number
It's
of power?
it's the
offset?
total effective power, so it'll
Total
be 3.
effective powers. But yeah, 3. 3 power statuses can include such things as bloody gash,
Seems appropriate.
tied up. Could be funny.
That could be funny.
Confused.
Yeah, it's not so funny.
Glitched, given that it is a cyberspace thing.
It does seem more appropriate. I was hoping for sort of glitch or derez.
D-res, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Glitching. You won't be different. It's not enough to derez them. You'd need to get a
Okay.
crash for that. But you can absolutely glitch one of them. And that first one is now a sort of skeleton, computer skeleton, not a skeleton.
Oh, it's got wireframe.
Wireframe, that's the one. Thank you. It's got wireframe. Pixelation is a mess on this thing. The graphics quality has plummeted.
Oh,
There is
embarrassing. It's like, don't
still
look at me.
another one.
Don't look at me.
There is still another one.
Dr. Simeon, do you want to go after it, or do you want me to?
I definitely want you
Okay.
to.
You see Johnny Geist come running in, and he puts one hand on Bernardovich's shoulder and kind of leaps over him for an epic look. And he's like making sure that all his VR feeds are getting this
Bullet
as he
time
goes
moment.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will go with speak with machines, lull them to shut down. So he's trying to shut the programs down at their and then AR gamer, cross reality combat,
Nice.
cyberspace cowboy, and create weapons from the AI controlled nanite tattoos. And then using my new phase kicker console. But because I have people harnessed and it's not good at harnessing, I would also get that weakness tag. So it's +6 minus whatever negatives are used.
They've got the guard dog or guardian tag and dodging 2 as tags.
Okay. So that takes me down to
Effective power 3.
power 3. Not a good roll this time. I got a total of 7 on the die. So
Ooh.
Only a 10.
Not a good roll. Only a complete success with no consequences.
That's a terrible roll.
Oh
for
yeah,
error.
yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Sorry, it's not good on the dice, but yeah, I guess we can add everything up. So power of 3, and yeah, I'm going for the same kind of thing. I'm just trying to
The other
to
one?
crash this
Yeah.
program. On the other one, yeah.
On the other one. Okay. So yeah, we got 2 wireframes barely holding it together. Dr. Zibian, do you want to do anything? We've got no consequences so far. Neither of these things have been able to do anything because they can only do something if you get less than a 10.
Right, let's see what I can do about that then.
I'm sure you can do something
But
about
all
that.
you have to do is a status 1 thing, and one of them will crash.
All right, well, I've got my ceremonial dagger.
Perfect.
It's rather large. It's not about size, but it's rather a large ceremonial dagger. So yeah, I could poke it in the face with this if it has a face. I don't really know what
Crocodile
I'm doing.
face. Wireframe
Yeah,
crocodile
sure.
face. Yeah, they're sort of darting around and swirling around you as only computer snake lion crocodiles can.
Right. There is simply nothing I can do to add to this. Okay.
Apart from your big knife.
I've got, yes, that's in my loadout. Yeah, I got nothing to add to this.
All right.
Are you sure, totally, you sure you want me to get involved? Because
Do it.
Do
Come
it.
on,
Okay,
someone's
yeah.
got to get hurt at least a little bit.
I mean, just
right then,
mockery rather than melee might be the way.
Yeah, I mean, you're the wizard here. You don't
Yeah.
have to stab. You
oh
could
right,
absolutely go for magic.
I haven't got any magic.
We're
Where
in
am
a
I?
pyramid. We are in a necrotic pyramid.
Yes, we
Okay.
are inside a
Charged
necropolis.
with power.
I have an idea.
Manifest.
have-
Manifest.
I have access to occult tomes. May I have an occult tome, please?
You could use access to occult tomes to bring up
A
a
spell book.
hieroglyphic spell writing that you could use for cool visual effects. How's that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, then I can cast magic missile or whatever the equivalent is and hit the thing without my dagger getting involved.
You're
'Cause I'm
inflicting
not-
a status, and you've got a +1 if you do it with magic, compared to a +0 if you do it with a dagger.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was I'm the wizard. I'm wearing, look at me, I'm wearing a wizard's outfit. I've got a, yeah. Well, I'm not now. I've got
It's
sandals
a
and a
lovely
short
skirt.
skirt.
Yes.
Yes, I know. Yes. Yeah, I'll do that then, please.
I mean, if you want to use your herb garden as well, go for it, because you're not going to get many other chances to use it. So pulling out a handful of herbs, using them as a spell component with your
Oh, right.
magical
right.
tomes, hieroglyphics, might as
Yeah.
well get some use out of the tag.
Go on. And remember,
I've-
you get XP when you cast spells from your own class.
Okay. Shut up. Okay, right. Yeah, focusing. I'm going to roll my dice roll generator thing. I've got +2, right?
You got +2, and then -3 because of their. Oh, actually, no, it's still got -3.
Okay, hold on. 2d6 +2 -3, so -1.
Yep.
Oh, that's so boring. I rolled 9.
9 is good.
Yeah,
9
I
is a
know.
success with a consequence.
Oh, that's fine, as long as there's some consequence.
And you put 2 tags in, so that is enough to do 1 point of damage to each of them if you want to with your spell, which was all it takes to crash those 2.
Yes, that's how you do
The
it.
kill steal. Wizarded
Yeah.
coming in clutch with the kill steal.
What's my consequence?
The consequence there is that you are going to get marked status 1, which means as they die, they kind of crash into you, leaving you with a glowing icon floating over your avatar. You can choose to resist that.
Yeah, sure. Once I get told how.
Yep. So it would be 2 dice plus any relevant tags.
You don't want your multi-kill token?
No.
That's not a multi-kill token.
I've got self-healing, accelerated regen, gel. Bidding. I could faint death.
Self-healing works
Yeah.
in speeding through the tokens duration.
Lifespan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I will do that. That's just +1. How does one resist? Is it by chance rolling 2d6 again?
Indeed.
Yeah.
You're getting there, Rob. You're nearly there.
Yeah. God.
He's starting to believe.
Oh, so boring. It's a 10. I can. No, you can't see. It's a
No,
6
not
and
when
a
you
4.
do that, especially.
However, it does mean that you are able to resist. The tag comes in, hits you, and you're like, no, self-healing. Whoop. Spin the
Ah.
token, run through the timer on it. It should have lasted for hours. It lasts seconds instead. You blip it away, and you pass the Guardians of the first level.
Woohoo!
See that ghost train? Dr. Zimian, natural cyber knight.
Yes.
Activate synthwave.
Play the walking heroically forwards music.
Working heroically forwards. Next, continuing into the pyramid, we're pushing forward, making our way further up, when some counter scarabs start dropping out the ceiling, raining little red scarabs.
Don't like it. Johnny!
Yep, these are an anti-Johnny moment because these are computer virus countermeasures. They are taking out your scarabs. They hit each one. Your scarabs are taking little hits.
Can we resist this? Mitigate their attack?
You can. You could also attack the virus itself, try to quarantine it.
I like it. Yeah, so Johnny will quickly, using his new phase kicker console, he designs a glowing net and catches the scarabs as they're following and tries to crush them into a little ball of containment. So I will go with programming override, lull them to shut down, cyberspace cowboy, hacking savant, always in cyberspace, and the hacking assist from the AI controlled nanite tattoos, plus the console, but minus its weakness. So it's +6 again.
Okay. Very small and huge numbers. So +4 effective.
4, 10, 4 on the die, 8 in total.
Okay. 8 in
So
total.
success with consequences.
Success with consequence. The consequence is going to be that you get infected 2.
Infected 2. Can I try to mitigate that?
You can, yes. You will still be able to inflict enough successes to quarantine them. It's just the ones on you that are causing the problem at the minute.
Okay, so I will try to mitigate that with always in cyberspace. So I'm used to these kinds of things. And AI controlled nanite tattoos are protective of me and my cross reality force shield. So I've got
Okay.
I've got a +3. What negatives do I have?
You got a -4 because you're infected 2 and they're still small and multiple.
Okay. 8 on the die, so that's 7 in total.
7 in total. It's a success. You can reduce your infected down to 1.
1.
Yep. And you don't
I
get
like
a
it.
consequence there because it was a mitigation.
Infected 1.
If you get to infected 5,
That's a problem.
yeah, it's a big problem. Yes.
All right, Ghost
Get to
Train, you just saw me
infected
take a hit.
You would mark decay on one of your noise themes.
Oh, yeah. And probably get dumped out of cyberspace. It'd be ugly.
That would be ugly indeed. But you have reached the pinnacle of the pyramid. At the pinnacle of the pyramid, where the spider would be manipulating the data flow, instead you've got all of these strings of yellow lightning, permanent now rather than flashing backwards and forwards. The inside of the top of the pyramid is a small square pyramidal room with this glitchy spider fritzing in and out of appearance, and these long strands of electrical lightning between multiple surfaces in here. This is the data node. This is where the information is coming and going from.
All right, friends out there in the ghost train, I'm going to dive into this data node and see if we can't scrape out what we need while my fellow NPCs, Dr. Zimian and Bernardovich, protect me from anything else that these Sutaki bastards can throw at us. So I will try to dive into the data node and find the information we want on the 14 killing and anything we can find on Amawat's location. So those are my two objectives. So once again, I will go with speak with machines, programming override, cyberspace cowboy, hacking savant, always in cyberspace, and hacking assist from the AI controlled nanites. And then of course the kicker console is just offset its weakness and its tag. So just a +6 minus whatever defenses the data node has.
Having taken the hacker out, you've taken out the biggest portion of its defenses. So all it's got going for it right now is a 2-dot hardened system.
Okay, so that's +4. I'm assuming the infected is working against me.
Yes, infected would work against you here.
So it's +3 in total. A 4 and a 2 on the die for a 6. So that is +3 is 9. Yes, 9.
Okay. Let's increase your status by 1. So your infected goes back up by 1. But you are in, and you're able to pull 4 pieces of information.
So I want the evidence that links the Sutaki to the murder of 14 inside the arena. That they ordered Amawat to do that, and Amawat's current location. And then with the other 2 points, I'd like to make a story tag that says system crash. So he's trying to crash the Sutaki system as he pulls out after having copied the data.
Okay, there is a video file of Amawat being ordered by an unfamiliar individual to take out 14 in the arena, no less. The location for Amawat says something about Underverse. Underverse is another access node to the underworld. Looks to be a nightclub, which is in the in the maze. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be in the maze? That's where the crime is. So there's a nightclub in the maze.
Naturally.
And that is where Amawat is currently located. Amawat is the chief enforcer of the Sutaki. Is that enough information, or do I owe you one more?
No, I think that's enough.
Okay.
So
and then you're introducing a crash into the system so that this node collapses.
Yep.
1, I don't want them to know what we took, and 2, I just want to make the life difficult on them. So then Johnny will pull us all out of cyberspace and disconnect the harnessing. All right, Ghost Train, you saw it. We took some hits, but we're continuing the fight. We've got what the arena needs. We just have to get out of here and then find our way to the to the Underverse, where we can take care of Amawat once and for all. Stay tuned. Johnny's looking a little haggard. He's like, okay, guys, we got what we need. What do you think?
You okay? You look a little flushed.
Some of my augments are infected with a little bit of malware. I'm trying to, it's going to take me a little bit to clean it out, but I'm going to be fine.
Okay, the good doctor has some really cooling goop. That might help. I don't know. It's good for rashes and sword thrusts and other such.
Well, this is more like a nasty program getting in trying to override some things, but my nanites will help take care of it in a little bit. But I just need some time to flush the system.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, let's go clubbing.
How are we getting out? Are we going back out the way we came? We're going to try and find another exit, or do you want to travel through the underworld deeper into Suteki territory to try and get to the Underverse from the inside?
Well, that sounds cool and also really dangerous. So also
Yes,
cool.
It is really dangerous.
And also cool.
Well, that's the plan, and I'm excited about this plan, particularly because my viewers are spiking right now. Let's steal back the motorcycles that we stole.
Back to the horses.
Jump over the wall and continue deeper into Suteki territory.
This is what they will never expect. Ha 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 ha. Can we also make something explode when we do the ramping?
Well, I think that is a must. My fans demand it, and let's face it, Bernardovich, it's you. You've got to do some explosions on the way out.
Oh yeah, we get lots of little explosion emojis flashing up in your feed right now. And yes, your viewership is spiking. People are like, it's the holy shit, Morpheus is fighting Neo thing. Everyone's like, what? Suteki have been boring for a really long time because nobody's been able to stand up to them, and suddenly having Johnny come breezing in like, I'm a really powerful player and I've just never done this before.
Okay, we have completed the Black Tower. Now we must make our way across the evil stinking swamps of the Tuseki towards the Underverse, where I will confront my arch nemesis, whatever his name was.
Amawat.
Amawat, yes, I remember that as well.
Whatever.
You can get back to the bikes, no problem. How are you breaking out? The zombie infestation has been dealt with. There are lots of AR gamers high-fiving each other because they've got loads of points from shooting zombies.
It's fine. We're going the other way anyway. We're going in.
It's true. But this is like a little compound, and you're going to go out the other side of the compound. Plus, if you want to blow something up, how are you blowing something up?
How about we set off a charge near the base of the bus, and we use it as a ramp to jump over the back wall of the compound and disappear.
I endorse this product and or service.
Yes, I think it's excellent. Also, there's a lot of military grade hardware around here. I'm sure we can find something that goes boom.
That's right.
All right. Who's doing the looking?
We could just put a feedback loop through all that tech and make it explode.
Yeah, also an option. So we could either do a discover to see if we could find some explosives. You know what? Let's let Dr. Zimian do a discover to get some explosives. Find things that go boom.
Oh, is that really wise?
You said they used magical defenses too. Couldn't Dr. Zimian cause one of their magical defenses to explode? And I'm sure there's magical defenses around the bus.
I'm sure I could make them explode. The question is whether I make only them explode.
Dr. Zimian, that's the fun part of the show.
Potato, potato.
Will he explode us? Will he explode them? Will he explode it all? Stay tuned.
Okay, stay tuned indeed. Yes, well, I'm happy if someone could point me in the direction of the magical doohickeys.
All right, one of your mods is now running a survey. Will Dr. Zimian blow up the bus? Will Dr. Zimian blow up himself? Will Dr. Zimian blow up everybody? Yes.
Well, that would be a tragic loss.
1 credit per vote.
Right. So how would one do this?
Okay, so you got your mother.
Yes, mother.
Yeah, mother can help with looking for stuff. You've got your magical tomes. You know what mystical security would look like. You've got your forbidden cult.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
They'd know as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see this.
So yeah, you got at least 3 tags there. You could always try and blag more. Try and put yourself in. Think WWAD. What would Aaron do?
He'd ask some people to like and subscribe.
That is a fact.
That seems to work.
I mean, there are the dead here as well. Maybe they would know something.
Oh, right, yeah. I've got a thing called family secrets.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, I'll take
Could
it.
I inquire of any of the zombies that haven't quite been rehomed after their horde, and see if they could point me to any, as well as Mother, the Forbidden Cult, the
So you're up to
tomes.
like 4 plus 4
Yeah,
on your tags already.
I'll stop now. Mighty dice.
And any of the tags that they would be able to oppose you with are ones that wouldn't work here because they're things that you already know.
I rolled a 4.
It's an 8.
That's an 8.
Success.
That's an 8.
Consequence.
Yay!
You wanted to have
So-
suspense, didn't you? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 4 tags.
Yeah.
And we are creating an opportunity here. So we are blowing up the bus.
To make a ramp.
Making a ramp.
Yeah. All right. So you're not going to destroy the bus, but you're certainly going to knock it over.
Hold on. If I knock it over, is it drivable?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, it's going over on its side, and you're going to drive over it that way.
Ah, okay.
Did you want to steal the bus and then collect more
I'm
zombies?
no, because it's black and it looks proper goth.
I'm
I mean,
not sure it works
It
as
doesn't
a
have
bus.
wheels or an engine, which may make things a bit trickier.
Oh,
It is
no.
a server room.
Okay.
But
All right.
I will make note and we will try and get you. Maybe we paint the sedan black or something.
Yes, do that. Yes, that
Okay.
would be
Or
very
steal
handy.
another bus. You know, there are other buses. You can't
I
have
hope
this one.
so.
That doesn't mean you can't have a bus.
But I wanted this bus.
No,
Okay,
fine.
but
That's
you
fine.
are going to take a 2 dot injury of
Oh,
feedback.
so I add that to my tracking cards.
Yes, or you get a new tracking card that is
Yeah.
magical feedback.
Feedback, magical. So I've got plenty others. I've got lingering necrosis, quid pro quo cult, and peace. Quid pro quo cult is quite tricky to say, and piece of death.
Okay, none of those would have counted against you in this instance.
Okay, just to keep you, aware of the.
That's right. My
Yeah.
incredibly detailed notes contain all of the tags that I've ever given, ever.
Of course.
Yes.
I didn't
sure
really
they
need
do.
to say that then, did I?
I have 2 points in fashion icon.
You do.
Just saying. Just wanted to share.
So we're ramping it. We're ramping it off the edge of the bus after blowing down the bus itself, knocking it over the edge of one of the walls, driving stolen motorcycles over the bus and heading off deeper into the tunnels. And I'm thinking of another word for tunnels that I can't think of. Big tunnels,
Distant
concrete tunnels.
sewers, swamps.
No, it's all very underground tunnely. Them.
Chambers.
Anyway,
Chambers?
Chambers isn't bad, but it's not Chambers.
Mm.
It's probably not an actual word. I'm thinking of a word that's not an actual word. And hey, you know what, Ghost Train? If you can think of a word for big underground concrete tunnels and chambers, you let that werewolf know.
You heard it here, Ghost Train. Get those answers in for the giant concrete tunnels we're driving through. You name it, and I will make sure it gets up on everybody's feed. Also, head over to the Sutaki's main feed where it now says, burned by the ghost train.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to have any repercussions whatsoever. All right, you know what? Take a 1 negative status calling card. But in exchange, one of your followers will tell you the name of the individual who was with Amawat. It is the leader of the Suteki, an individual by the name of Seth.
Seth.
Seth is something of a legendary figure in the underworld. Was a child actor, made lots of money, went deeply, deeply insane, fell in with a bad crowd, and is now the leader of a huge gang / cult of Egyptian worshipping deathmongers.
Oh, he sounds perfectly well adjusted.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is it my rival cult?
Dun dun dun.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Johnny's viewers will love this. We all have an arch nemesis.
Well, I didn't know until like literally now.
Nemesis all round.
Nemesis for everyone. You get a nemesis. You get a nemesis. We all get a nemesis.
This is very exciting.
Okay, good. As we travel
So-
through the nameless echoing chambers of the city of the dead.
The cult then would be the Rame Tep.
Could we sort of have this? If I mean, obviously, I'd know how it was spelled, wouldn't I?
Rim tip.
RAME-TEP.
I was very
Okay.
close.
Very close. And there you go. There's another connection for you.
Dun dun dun.
What's happened?
It's all coming together.
Yeah. All right. Now, I am thinking at this stage that we probably want to have a little bit of a downtimey moment because folks are starting to accrue lots and lots of negative stuff.
It's all right.
And whilst we're speeding our way into the underworld, let's have a look at some downtime.
All worn out.
Where's it gone? I can't find the downtime thing now. Downtime, there it is, 124. All right, so catching a breath, taking a breather, couple of hours, couple of downtime activities now that you've headed out into the less populated parts of the necropolis. You've got a couple of choices that you can do. You can heal and recover. You can prepare for action. You can't really do some quality time because you'd have to go topside to do that. And you could arguably do some research and inquiry.
Johnny's going to work on healing and recovering. He's diving into this malware that's infecting him to try to cut it off at the source and excise it from his systems.
Okay.
I'd like
So
to.
you have
oh,
3
sorry.
points of power that you could spend in downtime.
Mhm.
They can do 1-for-1 to burn tags. Not to burn tags, to get rid of negative tags. If you've got any burned tags that you want to unburn, it's 1-for-2.
So I think, yeah, what Johnny's just going to do is he's going to spend all 3 of the power he gets in downtime to get rid of the infected 2 status and He's basically obfuscating his trace information to get rid of the calling card as well.
Okay. What about Bernardovich? Do you have anything you want to do with your 3 power? If you don't, you can mark an upgrade box on one of your themes.
Oh, now see, that sounds cool too. However, it feels like we're doing the collect all the health packs and all the ammunition just outside the big door moment. And Bernardovich does have 2 points on poked by a bull, which I feel might come in pertinent at some point, some fatal moment for the exoskeleton. So,
Yeah.
and it does also strike me, if we're kind of doing prep, have a point of obvious to Amawat. So much as it pains Bernardovich, he's going to step out of the exoskeleton, which then just stands there kind of hanging like a skeletal bear, partly to do the repairs for poked by a bull. And when we say bull, we mean a guardian of the entrance to the underworld. In the mask of a bull, just for those who haven't watched last episode, what are you doing with yourselves?
Or remembered.
So to kind of repair that work with whatever little kind of pocket repair kit comes with the exoskeleton, and then to swap out the bear mask for the black faceless armored helmet of the guard that one of the guards that he took out and he collected at the time, which has just been adding to his pile of hats. And he's sadly going to have to say goodbye to the motorcycle helmet at this point.
Is that to get rid of the
That's
noticeable to Amawat tag?
the obvious to Amawat. So I'm just someone else in an exoskeleton, not a bear though. Look, just a faceless goon.
Okay. Rob, what about you?
Well, I probably need some ointment to remove my lingering necrosis.
How many points have you got? Because with this, you can just spend the power to remove it.
I will
It's
spend
the
power
effect
to
of
remove.
time going.
Okay, I should spend two times 2 powers to remove both of my lingering necroses.
Mhm.
And yeah, can I remove something else?
You've got 1 point left, so you could reduce the effect of something of more than level 1, or you could get rid of another level 1 thing.
I'm getting rid of Piece of Death.
Okay.
That is of Denka.
Is that piece like a small piece, or piece as in restful?
As in the rest of death.
Oh.
Not all, no, rest of death, not the rest of death.
Thanks.
Words are great, aren't they? Torpenhour Hill.
What I find works well is when you say the same words,
Look,
as if they explain something else.
Yes, because obviously you can read what was happening in my mind, so I didn't need to elaborate. I could just say it the
No,
same.
not at all. See, there
And
we
the subtitles are always there as well, so that you could tell whether you meant peace or peace.
have we got ultraviolet. Just go. I would like to know more.
Oh, I had that the other day. Someone came into work and they were wearing a Starship Troopers t-shirt, and I held off for as long as I could. But as soon as the moment arose, I must admit I did say, "Would you like to know more?"
Did they look at you oddly, or did they
They
push the
looked at me
red
and were like,
button?
"Oh!"
Excellent.
Because of the thing. Yes, because of the thing. All right, so we've done a little bit of downtime. We've done some healing up, and then next week we will go deeper into the underworld, see what we can see. It might get a little bit mythic next time. We've done a little bit noisy this time, so let's get mythic. And we'll dig into some mythos stuff in the deeper, weirder parts of the underworld in order to get to the basement of the underverse. At least we won't have to pay to get in.
One real quick thing. I did get 3 total upgrade ticks since we started on my Speak with Machine Mythoi exposure card. And you do get your upgrades immediately. So I am going to take the new tag from that. I think I'm going to take Command Cybernetics.
Okay. And for those who are following along at home, how do you get upgrades?
So anytime you activate your weakness, or the narrator or the MC, that is, activates your weakness, you get a check mark in your upgrade. And then decay is anytime you do not meet your identity, ritual, or itch requirements, you mark a point of decay.
Yep.
So worth considering, Rob and Alden, have you activated any of your weakness tags?
Yes,
Rob
I did it.
has. Yeah.
I have one on the tragic loss sort of column, and one on the corpse animation column.
If I recall correctly, Alden, I think you have activated one of yours.
All right.
What are your weakness tags?
Easy to provoke, squishy allies, which I'll do a lot more next time. Showing irreverence and easily bruised ego.
I think it's one of the first two. You've either done squishy allies.
It's squishy once, yep.
Yeah.
Squishy ones. Okay.
You did, for sure.
You've done at least one of those, yeah.
Okay.
I realized that I hadn't been keeping track of that for you two.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
here to learn as we play along.
Yep. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not.
So, stay classy, everyone.
Yep.
That's right. All my followers on the Ghost Train, tune in next week when we see just what Seth and Amawat have in store for us.
Maybe there will be another side quest or two in the way, and we will have great fun, and Dr. Zimian will rise to the true godhead in here, the land of the dead.
Yep.
Those
We've explored
shots.
some of the themes, but we haven't done much on the mythic side of things yet. So next week, I think we'll poke into some of the weird mythic stuff of the underworld, which is cool and interesting. Anything going on for the remainder of the week? Or the early of
Not
next
here,
week?
but if you have insomnia and you're in Europe, or if you're here in the US, you can tune into the Adventures in Lollygagging tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we continue the Sword and the Serpentine campaign, which is using the Gumshoe game mechanics from Paragon Press. A lot of fun. And also tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can see me in the GM seat trying to live up to Ben's example here and failing miserably. But I will be running some Dragonbane as our group is heading towards the penultimate episode of this campaign. So tune in for that too.
A lot of fun. Dragonbane's a lot of fun.
It is.
Got to make sure you have a duck. Very important.
I recently
I had a vampire duck attack one of
Ooh.
the players, capture her, and almost turn her a couple of episodes ago. And an entire village of ducks called Swamp Break, which was they were a lot of fun. And I believe the leader of that was named Donald.
Very good.
Was he a count? Was he Count Duckula?
I was waiting for the Count Duck. Well, that was presumably the vampire duck.
Yeah.
And then you have Donald in his lovely blue
I've
jacket
recently
and no
picked
trousers.
up Urban Shadows, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Which is new. It looks like lots of fun. It's all of the supernatural, urban weirdness, vampires, demons.
Isn't there an Arcand book as well?
Yeah, the Arcand book is coming out on Kickstarter for Dragonbane soon.
Okay.
Yes.
An actual campaign of Dragonbane.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, I totally. That's going to be season 2. I'm going to run Arcand and get the magic book. So after I finish Dragonbane, then I'm moving on to the new Monolith Conan game, which will start probably at the end of July. That'll run for about 6 to 8 months. And then I'm going to run the new Cubicle 7 Warhammer Fantasy game, their new old world game, until probably early to mid 2026. Then it will be Dragonbane Season 2, urban setting.
You have plans out for 2027. Yeah, I'm still planning.
Well, that unless I die of old age before then, but yes.
That's not going to happen.
No,
Yeah, Death would be like, no, I'm not going near that guy.
Let's hope so. That's what I'm trying. I'm shooting for the death be terrified of me kind of approach. But
yeah. I'm going the opposite way. I'm going for oh bloody hell, not you again. The Rincewind approach.
Sort of season ticket.
Can you just stamp my card?
I get free coffee.
Just
this
passing
time.
through. No.
10th visit, free coffee. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
So
that was a lot of fun, Ben.
Thank you. We are still live.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll fix that in post.
Yeah.
I really love this. I love the mechanics for this, the Otherscape and Legend in the Mist when it comes out.
I haven't had a chance to read all of the betas through yet. I've had all the beta test stuff through for Legend in the Mist. I've not had the chance. I still got to reread Simbaroom before next week. Busy.
Ben, I'm happy for if I run it and am obsessed by it, and if you need any hints and if you need any help.
That would be most appreciated. The only trouble I have with it is that it's one of the ones that I don't have in paper form. And that means for some reason it won't stick in my head. All the paper books, they'll stick.
Yeah.
But digital only, cannot get it to stick in my head. I have to read it every time.
Are you running Throne of Thorns on Start Playing or something?
Not the whole of Throne of Thorns. I've had some folks ask for a 3-shot.
Okay. You can do Promised Land or Blight Knight.
Yeah, okay.
The idea of that campaign's a lot of fun, and we started it over on the Lollygaggers. But like the entire first book, you're inside the city. I'm like, the whole appeal to me of that game is the forest, the enchanted forest.
Yeah, but
we never we TPK'd inside of the town, never got outside of the town. I was like,
but there's like the Copper Crown trilogy that takes you all over the forest before you do book 1. So
okay, that'd be worth having a look at then.
We probably should have started there, but yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the mechanics of the game, but yeah, we got mauled before we ever left the town.
I like being the GM because you don't roll any dice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
Which is
alrighty.
Really cool.
Well, now that we have flanneled out the end a little bit there, and we will see you folks next week. Thank you for joining us for some Otherscape and randomly green room chatting at the end. From us, it's good night, and from them, it's also good night. Good night.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.